Hello, hockey fans. Well, we are now in the month of April, and we've seen more teams get eliminated from playoff contention. The Devils are out, the Flyers are out, and Ottawa nearly got eliminated, but they hang on for another week because Washington just lost. But finally, and I do mean finally, we do have a playoff clinch. The first team to clinch a spot in the 2022 Stanley Cup Playoffs. Here's a nice hint. Congratulations to the Florida Panthers. They are the first team to clinch a spot in the playoffs. They got there. All they had to do was win, and they were in. If they went to overtime and lost, they would have needed help from the New Jersey Devils, but that was not necessary. The Panthers defeated the Sabres 5-3, and as a result, they are the first team to lock in a spot in this year's playoffs. Now, we all know, well, the ultimate goal is the cup, but for the Panthers, they need to take that first step and win a series. They have not won a playoff series since 1996, that magical run to the Stanley Cup Final. This is only their eighth playoff berth in their 29-year history. They debuted in 1993, and yeah, they have a long drought. They're the only team that has a longer playoff series victory drought than the Maple Leafs. We all know the story there, but yeah. Bottom line is the goal. They're pretty determined. They're definitely en route to their best regular season in team history, but they need to advance finally for the first time in 26 years. So again, congratulations to the Panthers for making it. We had the chance to clinch. We weren't playing today, but we had the chance to clinch. Vegas need to lose. That did not happen. No, that did not happen, unfortunately. But we did become the first to get to 100 points this year when we beat the Calgary Flames 2-1 in that wild defensive game. Another great outing by Darcy Kemper. Florida got there second, so it's just those two. But Carolina's knocked on the door. So here are the standings. There are 20. There are now 26 days left in the season. Really in the home stretch now. So here's 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 a look at the picture with the less than 4 weeks left. First off, Carolina, and speaking of Carolina, congratulations to the South Carolina University of South Carolina Gamecocks, the women's team, winning the national championship over UConn. And major congratulations to Dawn Staley. She finally got a national championship as coach. Well deserved, well earned. Great team this year. So again, congrats. So anyway, Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes remain in first place with 98 points in the Metro. Rangers have 94. Pittsburgh, who just came off a loss to Colorado, has 92. Very close in that division. In the Atlantic, the playoff-bound Florida Panthers have 102 points. That's right, 102. They are 9 points ahead of Toronto and Tampa Bay with 93. Yes, they were tied for second. They played the same amount of games, but Toronto has the tiebreaker. They have more regulation wins, 38, than Tampa Bay, 32. So Tampa's the third place team. Wild cards with Boston and Washington. It's pretty much the same. It's been that way for the longest time. We know who the playoff teams in the East are going to be. But yeah, so Boston and Washington are the wild cards. But Boston is 2 points behind third place. So it's going to be interesting, that race to the Atlantic. It's most likely to be for second place because they're not that close to four. They're not that close to Florida. They're not. But anyway, as far as the West goes, the Central is still led by the Avalanche. 104 points, 49 wins, one away from 50. It will be our first 50-win season since 2013-14, which was the last time we had 100 points. 104 points this season. We are 13 points ahead in the division. Minnesota is in second place with 91. St. Louis is in third with 86. That's the top three of the Central. Top three of the Pacific is still Calgary, LA, and Edmonton, but it's getting close. Calgary's kind of hit a snag. They've lost a few games lately. Um, they're 4-4-2 in their last 10. That's actually the worst last 10 among the top three in the Pacific. Calgary still leads with 89 points, but LA is surging right behind with 86, 3 points out. Edmonton has 85 points. That's going to be an interesting race in the final weeks in April. Edmonton actually has the best last 10 out of the top three. 7-2-1. They've won 4 in a row. And in the Central, Minnesota has the best last 10. They haven't lost in regulation in the last 10 games. 9-0-1. And they've won back-to-back games. The wild card race is still crowded, though teams have received their eliminations. Um, Nashville, and Vegas are the wild cards, but because Nashville's been kind of slumping and Vegas has been on a roll, they have the same amount of points with 82. Of course, Nashville is ahead of Vegas because they have 3 games in hand over the Golden Knights, but the Predators need to get it going. Their last loss was to Buffalo. That's not good. So yeah, they need to kind of get it together if they want to have any chance of getting to the top 3 in the Central. They are actually 4 points behind St. Louis for 3rd place. And if they slip behind Vegas, Nashville may end up playing the Avs in round 1. Oh boy. So yeah, it's Nashville and Vegas tied at 82. Dallas, with their loss to Seattle, they remain 1 point behind. Winnipeg is 5 points out, 76. Vancouver 74. The Ducks finally ended their big losing streak, but now they've lost 12 out of their last 13. And they have 68 points, and they've played too many games. They have 11 games left. So that's pretty much how it's going for the Ducks. So, like I said, it's going to be an interesting home stretch in the month of April. And as for the schedule, here's what's in store. Monday, Maple Leafs and Lightning. That's going to be good. That's going to be a battle for positioning because these two teams might end up playing each other in round 1. Calgary and the Kings. The Kings win. They will come within 1 point. That's if they win in regulation. They will come within 1 point of the Flames for first place. So that's a very important game. If the Kings win the division, we're most likely going to get Calgary and Edmonton, the Battle of Alberta, in the playoffs. Flames will always have met in the playoffs since '91. So that's Monday. These are just the key games coming up. Tuesday, Toronto stays in Florida. It's time to play the Panthers. That's going to be a big game. And we get the second meeting in less than a week between the Avs and Penguins. That's in Pittsburgh this time. Minnesota and Nashville play each other. Big Central Division game. That's Tuesday. Wednesday, the TNT doubleheader is Tampa Bay and Washington. That's going to be very interesting. And Calgary comes out here to the OC to play the Ducks. Vegas and Vancouver play each other. It will be the second meeting in 4 days. And it's in Vegas this time. The recent meeting that took place just hours ago was in Vancouver. Vegas won overtime. Thursday, Pittsburgh and Rangers face off. That's an ESPN Hulu Hockey Night game. Yeah, Pittsburgh and Rangers face off. That's a big game in the Metro. And Toronto faces Dallas. Both teams jockeying for position in their respective conferences. LA and Edmonton. That's important. That could be a first-round series in the Pacific Division. Friday, April 8th, Boston, Tampa Bay. That's on the NHL Network here. A big game. Minnesota plays St. Louis. Another important game in the Central. The Avs are in Winnipeg. Winnipeg needs to step it up. While the Avs are trying to... the Avs are trying to officially get in. We won't need much to do it, but we're trying to kind of stay in the race for probably home field. We're in the thick of the President's Trophy race. Saturday, April 9th, the ABC game. Capitals in Pittsburgh against the Penguins. Ovechkin versus Crosby. It is always good when those two face each other. That's on ABC early on Saturday. Also, the Maple Leafs host the Habs. That's always good. Florida and Nashville play each other. And yeah, that's pretty much the important games. Oh, the Avs play Edmonton. That's late Saturday. And on the 10th, the two the two teams in the Eastern Conference wild card position. It's a TNT doubleheader, but the two teams in the Eastern Conference wild card positions, the Bruins and the Capitals, face each other early Sunday. That's the first half of that doubleheader on Sunday, and then it's Nashville and Pittsburgh, two teams in playoff positions. Both games on TNT. Kings play Minnesota that day, and which is another important game in the Western Conference. So those are some of the games you have to look forward to in the first full week in April. And yeah, there are 26 days left in the regular season. Time is running out for a lot of teams. A lot of teams. Even teams that are kind of in the thick of it. Time is running out. And it's going to be a fun home stretch. And I'll be back. Well, I'll be back next Sunday to recap the previous week. And when Colorado clinches within this week, I'll be back on YouTube to congratulate the Avs on getting it, and as far as any other clinches that happen, most likely Carolina. So that's my recap. If you like this video, click the like button, click subscribe if you want more. My story about the Florida Panthers clinching. When it's published, it'll be in the description below, so check it out when you can. And I'll be back most likely in a few days to congratulate the Avalanche for clinching. And next Sunday, I'll have another recap for all you fine hockey fans out there. So stay tuned.